Okay, so yeah, should be live now, so I believe I ended it here, and I haven't played on my Switch since the last stream. I did a stream last night of Osu. It was pretty fun. Oh, messed that up. Just set up the... Okay, it's not want to work. Let me restart that. There it goes. So yeah, I have a bit of a headache, so I'm hoping that that gets a bit better as the stream progresses. But yeah, we're going to Akala. I think this stream we're gonna drive through Elden or Elden, make our way there, and then maybe go to Terrytown. 'Cause that's like pretty far. It's actually not too bad. Yeah, there's something there, and I don't know what it is, so we can go do that. And then there's also Skull Lake, which definitely has stuff to it. Go to at some point. This pin, it marks Elden, specifically Goron City. I'd like to go ahead and mark the Ancient Tech Lab, which is going to be around here-ish. I think I will mark that. We'll go there first and then see where to go. I really appreciate you fixing up my balloon. Ultra thanks. That auto-build thing is pretty darn amazing. I should have a good think about all the practical uses of that someday. Oh, that reminds me. Hey you, listen up. Now that Josh has resolved the mystery of the slate, I can return to the Purified Laboratory in Atina Village. If you go there, I can make even more improvements to your Puripad, starting with the sensor. You'll find the lab in East Necluda, off in the southeast corner of Hyrule. On its far side is Atina Village. Go a bit further than that, and you'll see a mighty peculiar place. Don't let the looks fool you. It's a cutting-edge lab. Alright, I'm going to head over there. I'll be waiting for you to arrive. See you in Atina Village. Don't keep me waiting. So yeah, it was in Atina. I thought it was in Akala. So now going to the Akala lab. There's still a reason to go there, but I guess we need to head to Hatino first. Let me change the title of the stream. I mean, that's technically not wrong, because we are going to go to Akala, but might be a bit later. This is going to be the first stream. I should be streaming tonight at some point. Might be after midnight, but nothing suspicious. It's always good. Will you follow this road? Even though, oh, it's not even on the map and you still follow it. Oh, there's a red boss bokoblin. It'd be pretty easy to combat. Didn't mean that kind of bat. Oh, that was earlier. Hey, what was that? Need a better angle. So, that. So yeah, I don't have any more bubble gems for that for the time being. Going on a bit of a detour here. Usual route. Sure. Ooh. 2, 3. Once again, I'm gonna head to the entrance just to go ahead and get that marked as existing. Oh, no, that's a Harab one. I thought it was a bubble frog. I need to take a picture of the bubble frog, don't I? Where is that shrine? Hold up. I don't see it. I need to recreate some steps. There. Sneaky. How many? Got one. Need to sort that anyway. Yeah. So I've got one Light of Blessing. Sage of the Will. Offer them to a goddess statue. How did I acquire those? Okay, well, we kinda gotta go. There's a goblin. That one's just dead behind us. Did just throw a rock. Fortunately, that shrine's a bit too out of the way for me to want to go after it at the moment. Rusty broadsword. Thought it was another plant of some kind. So I could try to look for a star. Man, this reminds me a lot of Animal Crossing. Looking for stars. Whoa! What are you doing here? I was reminiscing. Every time I play Smash, I always think about going back to the Animal Crossing village, checking up on it, since I haven't played in about half a year. Probably been longer than that. It's probably like 8 months. I always have like ideas of what I want to do with the island, but then I can never really seem to follow through on them. So it takes a long time to get anything done in that game without skipping time. My friend and I get separated. I did some time skipping on like the first day that it came out just to make some progress, but ever since then I haven't really bothered. Okay, I do know of that existence. I would hope so. Yeah, I can kind of just walk it. This isn't... It's near like Hylia, but this isn't the one that I normally pass. Yeah, that's that one. Don't worry, or eat your friend. Eventually. Oh yeah, Yasobi did a cover of Idol in English today, so that was pretty cool. Listen to that earlier. There's that guy. It was partially on the way to my destination. Well, is this not the way to Arturatina village? I can't get lost now, not after spending all that time with the Gerudo Dollmaker learning to make so plushies. I refuse to give up on my dream of handing these out to the school kids. Can't wait to see their faces light up when I give them these stuffed toys. Hope I can remember not to glare at them. I know I should practice my routine so I can hand out toys with a smile. Good evening, children. I'm the Sand Seal Lady. Not too much pizzazz on it. How about evening, kids? It's nice to see you. Everyone's feeling good. Fake it till you make it, I guess. But it will be worth it to see those kids beaming with joy. You startled me. Give a gal a warning next time. My toys. Wouldn't mind some help again. Load them up for me and I'll pay you. After an emotional damage fee of 20 rupees, that is. You'll still do it, right? Thanks, you're a huge help. 10 stuffed toys I need you to gather up for me. Be sure to load them onto a cart, nice and gentle. They'll fall right off again if they're hanging out the sides. Hop to it. I can't help but notice that these things are in the middle of the water this time. This is why I went to the Rito village. Yeah, that was actually all of them. Kind of surprised. No way, you're done picking them all up? That was fast. Nice work. I didn't think you'd manage to load them up on such short time. So yeah, here's your pay. Your deposit is included in that. I'll get this smiling thing down eventually, I hope. Anyway, I clearly need more practice at it, so leave me alone, would you? So can you just farm these for money? I wonder. Wouldn't be the worst idea. Another silver bokoblin. Hold on 1 second, opponent. I need to pick up this shock fruit. I was gonna say, I should have a ton of shock fruit at this point. I always pick it up, but I never use shock fruit. It's hard to find too many uses for shock arrows. Well, really, I just need to use some more, but... Flash fruit's gonna be pretty good in Elden, I imagine. Hey, Riju, you don't need to do that. Lots of fruit. And a mushroom. Fogginess of the grass is not helping my headache. That much, but... Fine. Where's this thing's head? It's probably next to the battle talus here. Maybe I should combat this thing to get it out of the way. I should have enough arrows to take pretty much any enemy in the game down from this point forward. It doesn't appear to be this way. Maybe I should build the hot air balloon to get a better point of view. Here it is. Oh, hello there, Ganon. Or yes, Ganondorf. You missed the shrine.
Hyrule will bow down before me.
Yes, Pet Madolgas.
Molduga are approaching our position.
It's more than we thought. It's a swarm!
There are so many of them. But why would they...
Saw a triangle there.
That blast wiped out all the Molduga!
How is that possible?
So brute force will not be enough. The secret stone of the Zonai. How interesting.
Hmm. Okay, so that was number 6. Probably watch all of them through from beginning to end before the Ganondorf fight or something could be interesting. So yeah, that was a Madoka shaped thing. Realizing now, looking at the map, we're gonna have to turn back a little bit. It seems the horse's hearing range have improved. And the Zelda's meat and rice bowl. Combine plain meat, Hylian rice, and rock salt. This flavorful, comforting dish will fill you with energy. Be sure to follow the recipe to the letter. Help us. Princess Zelda, her recipe has written, don't improvise. Oh, I think animal meat, right? Maybe. I don't know if I can get Hylian rice here, but I should have the rest. I should have a chance of generating Hylian rice, yeah. Octorok Eyeball. This can only be obtained from an Octorok type enemy. Its nature is to focus on a moving object attached to an arrow to grant it a homing quality. Grass here is not very thick. I mean, that's being pretty thick grass. Hylian rice. I might have some Hylian rice, actually. Hylian rice, animal meat, rock salt. I should have all of those ingredients. They got a picture of an iron shroom. That's another Octorok. I saw it. A bit far away. It's behind this tree. No Korok in that one. So many Hylian tomatoes. Assume it means this meat. Meat and rice bowl. This dish of rice and lightly seared meat is a mainstay all throughout Hyrule. Oh, help, please. Since though her recipe has written, don't improvise. Huh? That smell. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Can I have that meat and rice bowl? Please, please, I need to eat it. This, I recognize this flavor. This is the recipe Princess Zelda shared with us. Shoot, Telly, and hurry up and take a bite of this. Oh, thank you for helping us. We were not doing well at all. Princess Zelda taught us how to cook this dish quite some time ago. We ran into her once during our travel. She was full of kindness, despite our group being a little ragged on the road. But I do remember now that she said we needed to follow the recipe exactly. Whose bright idea was it to substitute monster parts in place of real meat? That was me. I'm sorry. I was just curious what it would taste like. Thought maybe a recipe would work well with monster parts. The road to gourmet greatness is littered with stuff you wouldn't think is tasty. Gotta expand your palate. Now's not the time to sit and figure out the best practices for future dietary exploits. We've got to get to Riverside Stable. We're so late. I'm sure Gutter has been worrying about us. We really are grateful for your help. Let me say, again, on behalf of everyone, thank you. You don't even know us, yet, but you used valuable ingredients to save us from ourselves. Here, please, take this. And this. Finally. We like cooking with the very best raw meat when we have it. You can use all of that to cook yourself a meat and rice bowl sometime. Anyway, we'd better get ready and head to Riverside Stable since we plan to be there. Well, before now. I have to get going. Hopefully we'll run into each other in the future. Yeah, I didn't know that you could use any type of meat. I thought you just had to use the standard meat. I was gonna cook something else. This way, Ivana. Like how that quest wasn't really like markered or anything. Kinda neat. I bought a new game yesterday. I wanted a picture of the squirrel. I bought Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it reminded me of a quest. Like how that game does quests. I only did like the first couple of missions, and all I really had time for. That's what I was doing yesterday. I got that. I got One Piece Burning Blood, I think is the title. Yeah, I got both of their, like, best edition. Well, I didn't get Kingdom Come Deliverance Best Edition because it wasn't on sale, but I bought the game and all of the DLC because they were both on sale separately. So, yeah, that. I'm going to be playing that in my spare time. So I'm not really sure if I can stream it due to some of the contents in the game. If I were able to stream it, I probably wouldn't be able to upload it to YouTube at least, so maybe not too worthwhile, unless it's like a random night stream like I did with the Osu. That probably can't go on YouTube with copyrighted music stuff. Mm. Ooh. First time using a bombs on a device, we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's partially not worth it. Yeah, Master Sword's running low on energy this. Oh, about to break that. So waste something. Great. It just switched weapons. What? I didn't mean to drop that, but I did want it out of my hands. Ooh, a ruby? That. I need amber, of course, but was not expecting to find a ruby. Yeah, I'm not sure if I had mentioned this whenever Oshinoko started airing. I need to watch more of that. Been watching it with some friends in Discord calls, but I haven't really had time to meet up and watch the latest few episodes. But I actually read the material before it started airing, so that was kind of cool to be able to do that for once. There's not many shows that I've watched that I could do that on. Eventually, I'll get there with One Piece, where I'm ahead. I was ahead for JoJo Part 6, since I had already started it before it started airing. Oh, that one was early. Yep. Okay. I could just dodge the rocks instead of trying to hit them. There we go, another ruby with a topaz. That's 7 ruby. Can I sell sapphires or something? I do kind of wonder if I could parry those. I don't think I can, though. What did I have that was... I had something that was like a white main Lionel item. Or something. Or no, I think I took a picture of one. That Amber. Need that to get the alien set to the next level. Not bad. Rubber armor. This armor has built-in electricity resistance thanks to its source material, an ancient marvel called rubber. Such technology does not exist in this modern age. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense with this being at the end of the Legend of Zelda timeline. This is like where all the timelines converge or whatever. I don't really understand the Zelda timeline. I'm pretty sure no one does. Oh yeah, where's your friend? Well, hold on a second, Amona, before we go. Might as well help this guy. Wouldn't happen to be a steering zone item ice right there. It's not a bit too easy. I have so much material to cook with. Well, oh, you're not the rock. You are a rock. What do you sell? Hi there, welcome to Rolling Pastures. Not a fan of this weather, are you? Rain seems to make everyone upset, but not me. I find the sound of it soothing. Besides, there are some animals that only come out when it's raining. Plants need the moisture. Now, how about sampling some of Patina Village's finest? So yeah, fresh milk. This fresh milk comes from Patina-bred cows and white goats from all across Hyrule. It's delicious on its own, but can be used in soups and stews too. Butter made from the milk of a domesticated white goat. In addition to being used in dishes like stews and that, it's often used with making cakes and other sweets. Swift carrot. This carrot is cultivated cultivated exclusively in villages. Its strength it strengthens the legs and hips when cooked into a dish, which helps increase your movement speed. Anything that I want to sell? I can probably sell some flints. Actually, it's probably better to not sell anything, even though I do want to sell these. But the white dragon's up there. Oh, do I need to be on it? Hold on a second there, Korok. Okay, yeah, let's wait until we're at a spot that's a bit downhill so that way you can get some momentum. Okay, we gotta hurry up and deliver this core because that was a fallen star. Thanks for bringing my friend. Here's something for you. Bye. Hey, Epona, we gotta go. What the heck? How did this happen to you, Epona? Hey, Epona, I understand, Epona. Just walk through the trees, come on. We gotta go. Right now. Where is it? Rain's not helping too much because I need to climb up this hill. Be able to see it. Where is it? I swear I saw a fallen star. I was dropping off that Korok. Do you see it, Epona? see it. Oh well. Yeah, it's too late even if I go to the tower. I won't have enough time to find it at this point. I'll just turn back. Probably should have made a cart shield. Oh well. Make it a more durable shield. Hey, Epona, you still following? This is the direction I need to go, so it ended up working out. We're heading to Atino Village, which is gonna be down this road eventually. There's a chest in the water on the right. Where is it? Other side of that. There's a mob one there. It's across the river? Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Don't float away on me yet. I'm gonna have to use some ice arrows for this. Hey, we'll put you on this one. This one's for me. Stay on the ice arrow. Wow. What are you doing? You know you can get on there. What is happening? So this is the fastest water of all time? What? How has that gotten smaller? Oh, they're melting? How hot is that water? Didn't realize that was boiling hot water. For it to melt that fast. Need Hyrule Bass. Armored Cart. But I do need to take a picture of Armored Cart. Right. Oh, there's Hyrule Bass. Hold on a second. Barracuda. Barracuda is going to suck, isn't it? No, no, no. Dude, how fast is this water? World's fastest water just dropped, by the way. I'm like struggling to keep up in Zora gear. Gotta aim that a bit better. It's fair. My frame rate is not good here. Drop it. Dude, it's your end thing. Oh no, that was a white main Lionel thing. Oh man, there's not even any thing to take a picture of, really. Hold on 1 second. I need to answer this. Sorry about that. I needed to answer that call. I figured it wouldn't take too long. Because they knew I would be streaming, so, yeah, got that settled. It wasn't anything too important. Might be getting some One Piece TCG physical cards finally, though. Kind of what that was about, so bit hype for that. But yeah, I wanted to get a barrier shield because I just like the concept. It's not too good or anything. It's not as good as the skate shield that I got here, art shield. Anyway, there was stuff in this water too, and right here. That could be a treasure rock. Let's see. No, not using that. Using this. Good. That is a Korok. Ancient blade. An ancient dagger-like blade. It's too small to wield a weapon, but it can be used as an arrowhead. Sorry, what? Although I do know that you can shoot the fish to pick them up, but I mean, it's so inhumane. I guess I can Homer Simpson it. Which is equally as inhumane, but little shock fruit doesn't hurt. Ooh. How about an ice fruits? I'm eventually gonna have a fishing stream. It's gonna be great. Where I'm just gonna be figuring out different ways to get more fish. Oh, good. It's at the bottom of the ocean. That floats, right? I mean, it does, but... Oh yeah, I forgot that the water is hot. Can you do that? I can't sink to the bottom of the ocean myself. How am I supposed to pick this thing up? The old-fashioned way? Why is this water so hot? This is the world's hottest water. Better have a diamond. Cannon, a Zonai device that fires shots at intervals. The shot explodes when hitting a target. Powerful device, but can be tricky to get the firing angle just right. I don't know if I should be disappointed with that or not. A cannon sounds cool. But most of the Zonai devices I've found are somewhat underwhelming because they're incredibly situational, except for like a handful that are pretty good. I mean, if it can be used on a mining device, then I'm definitely down. Anyway, was that Hyrule Bass in the water? I was jumping around? It's not jumping now. Come on, adventure awaits. Hold on, I need to pick this up. Bonk. Always a nice day when you can bonk a Korok. Heading into the wind. Self-created. Yep, I knew that was the incorrect direction. Okay. I was gonna say if I get an eyeball, it's worth it, but I forgot that they can drop fish in the water. I don't know if the ones that are on land can drop fish. It's definitely possible, but they can just like go to the water to eat. That's where they hunt. And then they also try to murder me for some reason. Octoroks are certainly a weird creature to exist. Nope. Got target practice. It did drop a fish. Might need to find a stable soon. Is this a different memorial? Dedicates this monument to the memory of the souls lost to the calamity. There's a Stalnox there. Haven't defeated it yet, so I think might as well. Oh well. Got it. Yeah, I need to add idol to my Osu song list. I need to add a few songs to the song list, to be honest, because it's been a while since I updated it. Anyway, on the other side of Dueling Peaks is Athena Village, so almost there. It's been like an hour. That's why it's more fun to walk than to fast travel, it's when you get all these little side adventures. For me, at least. You also stockpile on a ton of food. And then you can never die. Unless you get one shot. Which is why you make armor food. And then you can never get one shot. Bridge is still down. Forgot about that. This bridge is up though. Oh, this is the first Great Fairy. Nope, never mind. This was... Wasn't this the first Great Fairy? I'm pretty sure it was. Oh well. What to enhance? Could enhance Cap of the Hero again. I'd like to get the Twilight set started, but it's quite expensive. Yeah, this was the first Great Fairy I did, because I just did the thumbnail for this video today. I'm missing. Yeah, I need more Aracuda eyeballs. So I guess all the Great Fairies in this game, they share the upgrade. Wasn't that the first Great Fairy level animation? Anyway, we can get the Zora gear to the second level, which is pretty good. Need Hardy Bass and the Volpo Stout. I'll upgrade that too in a second. Yeah, I've barely got any Moblin guts. I'm getting close on the Amber. That's a lot of Amber. I'm missing a Hyrule Bass. I thought I had enough. I can't do math though. Wait, that was a different animation. Oh, that was just that was a tier 1 animation. You need to get something to tier 3. Yeah, that's just a tier 2 animation. Or tier 1. Tier 2 is finger. You haven't, or you've reinvigorated my 4-line family, haven't you? Come back anytime you're looking to enhance your clothes to the maximum. See you later. I actually do need to continue talking to you, Corthera. I accidentally ended that early. Even if I can't enhance the set to the maximum now, I'd like to at least get one of these things upgraded. I had an email from Sonic the Hedgehog. Everyone's about the Sonic Symphony thing. I guess we can just walk it from here. It's opponent. There's like no way I can get opponent to go around this mountain, I don't think. I can try though. Oh no, you don't. Yeah, follow me here. Barrier shield. Didn't even see you. Oh, there we go. Finally, some more Moblin guts. No, I think those would be in the Compendium of the Thrones. The apple, I can see. not seeing anything else from there. We'll see if Epona can make it this way. I've already taken a picture. How am I doing on the compendium overall? 50 out of 126 materials. 39 out of 92? That I would have gotten more. Hey, you need 50 of those. Okay, on equipment. I still don't know what that last treasure would be. It has a decent chance of blowing me up. Oh no, I actually pretty much perfectly spaced that. What's in here? Sucks that the Lionel Reaper is going away pretty soon. I need to speed up, I guess. Okay, just go to the shore, I guess. I don't know. How's this water so fast? World's fastest water? Holy crap. As an armored thing, that's not what I'm looking for. Should maybe head back to the Great Fairy and get this armor set finished off. For the set bonus. Yeah, I forgot I had eaten speed up. I was wondering why I was moving so fast. I'm back, Patera.
Ah. Hmm? Hmm. Hmm. Ah. Hmm.
So yeah, now I get the set bonus of swim dash stamina up. So whenever I use a dash in the water, I use much less stamina. It's a pretty big difference. Mighty carp. This freshwater fish lives alongside its mighty carp ilk. Compound in its liver promotes muscle growth. Dishes cooked with it will temporarily increase your attack power. Well, I don't see any other members of its ilk nearby, but if I did, I would take a picture of them. Armor carp, armor carp. No staminoka bonus. Sorry about that, I needed to sneeze. I didn't want to do it into the microphone. Do you guys have a problem? I would have hit that. Now this is my style right here. Should have said you had one of these things nearby. A jet boat. Gotta figure out if it floats or not first. Then... Okay. It certainly floats. Floated a bit too well there. For a second. Think we can go on land for a sec? Oh wait, this thing can definitely move on land. These bad boys. It probably should make something face the correct way, I guess. No, not even. Too much sticky. I don't know, maybe it'll work. I could probably stick it out some. I don't know if it would float then, though. Better than nothing. Yes. Okay, should be back. But yeah, I got the cards. Starter 01. It's not the best starter deck, but it's pretty good. It's got a lot of good cards in it that can be used in some other decks. Not as good as my Doflamingo deck, though. Well, it's probably better because it's red, but that's another discussion. Yeah, I might do the unboxing on stream here. That could be fun. Been a while since I opened something like that on stream. I did my Nintendo Labo. I built some stuff with it. Okay, we're getting some movement. This shouldn't be working as nearly as well as it is, but it kinda works. Yeah. Okay, we'll just leave the boat here, it's fine. Oh, I didn't realize you guys were here. Sorry about that. Okay, my frame rate is not good. Yeah, we'll defeat these guys, and then, oh, I will do the unboxing. It lists all the cards that you get. Yeah, so. I'll have to figure out where they got this in a second. I don't know how, like, is there like a specific way I should unbox these, I wonder? Pokemon cards? I mean, it's a starter text. I don't think so. That should learn them. Bonk. Got him. I think they're getting a bit dicey. There we go. My kill. This one's certainly a battlefield compared to how these things normally go. Where do you think you're going? Victory is ours. Bravo, everyone. Is that you, Link? You helped us defeat the monsters. I'm so grateful for your assistance. Can you come here for a moment? Once again, you've come to our aid, Link. You have my thanks. Yet another incredible battle. You saved us once again, eh? That weapon on your back is some famed master sword. I heard it was a special sword, but this, it has a divine glow about it. Just looking at it makes me feel like power is welling up inside me. Thank you so much for showing it to me. I nearly forgot. Please accept this as a reward for all your help. Of course, the true battle is yet to come. Have you seen it, Link? The Blood Moon, I mean. When it rises in the sky, monsters will flood the land and threaten the peace in Hyrule again. My squad members will rest and rebuild their energy to prepare for its return. Ah well, I do look forward to fighting by your side once again. May you fight with the goddess Hylia's divine protection, brave swordsman. Yeah, I didn't realize that was going to be like a monster fort thing. I was just going to shoot a bomb arrow in the middle of them and see what happened with the Reju's lightning. Try to get some more Moblin guts, which I did get some. I'm still going to get this Hyrule Bass, even though I've finished the armor set upgrades that I can use them on for the moment. What was that? Is there an electric lifelike nearby? I do need to battle this Arakudo. Fortunately. Maybe I can get his attention. I need to reach her friends. See to that in a second. First. Oh, my friend and I got separated. My friend is sending up a smoke signal. I can't wait to catch up. I'm so tired, though, I can't move. Your friend's over there. I don't have any rockets. I can go around these guys. The Nocturok here, though, it's gonna be a problem, isn't it? Oh, wait. It's a barricade shield? Fortunately, I need your eyeball. What is this? It phased into the ground. That's curious. They went fast enough to go into... Huh. That could mean that the collision detection under the water isn't the same as the collision detection on the ground. Right, because it phased through the water, unless there's some weird downward interaction with electric arrow explosions in water. I wonder if that was in Breath of the Wild. Okay, that's not far enough. I wish I could attach you to an arrow and fire it. That would be kind of cool. You kind of can with the rocket pieces. Hey, Korok friend, you're almost there. Of course, there's a like this way. It'd be too easy. Do it. Emblazoned shield. That one before. Time is 5 o'clock. There is a chest for defeating these guys. There's potentially 2 even. I kind of needed to be quiet for a second. Well, that was a pretty good shot. Oh, I almost parried that. Ouija. My shield. Okay, that's hot. It was the least worthwhile thing in existence. But it looked cool. But I guess it works out. This seems like a good point to try to open these cards now. Everything's calmed down a bit. Just open barrels. Well, I guess I have the axe. I just want to use it. Already back up to 400. Well, let's see. How should I do this? I've got a laptop camera here, but I don't really want to be too visible in the camera myself. Which means I'm going to have to do this kind of live here. So let's see. I guess I can show my desk being dusty and all. Let's edit this scene for a second. So we're going to add a layer. Here, I'm going to cover this up with my thumb. That makes sense. So we'll add it. Oh yeah, I have the camera off. Yeah, okay, it's my thumb. So how much of this is leaking if I let go here? Bum. I need to save it. Okay, so yeah, there's my thumb. Thumb reveal, kind of. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty decent of an angle. So yeah, here's the thing. I'm watching the stream replay, so I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be like 30 seconds behind before it shows up. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Okay, you can see kind of move it up and down here now that I have a general idea of where it is. So I'm gonna open it off to the side here in a way that's hopefully not too damaging to the box. Ready to play 50 card deck, 1 later card. Oh yeah, here's the back. I guess I can strip that off too. That's what I was reading up there. Then we'll move it down slowly. I might have to damage it a tiny bit to open it. Oh yeah, popping sounds good. Oh, that actually didn't damage it. Okay, it's in a really tall box for some reason. Get out this. Okay, so there's a rule book here, rule booklet upside down. There's just some examples of it. I'm gonna open it here. Oh, it does have a playmat actually. Shoe on the back here, just a simple one. I can't really show the full thing with this camera angle, but yeah, there's that. Just kind of going through it fast because it's just a little black and white thing. Back of it is game instructions, which I already know. And then here's the tall box with the cards. This is definitely pretty scuffed here. Here. And that's the dons that are visible there. And then here's the back of the cards. They're taped in here. I don't have scissors in here, but I don't want to damage the cards anyway, so I'm going to take out like a couple of cards from here in the back. And that should allow me to take them out. Okay. Boom. Hopefully this is centered enough. I guess I can set it like this, where it's a bit sideways. And then I'll flip them over once I get this thing properly centered. I could probably do it down here, looks like. Let me just get this thing centered for a second. I have to watch the stream replay for this, because you can only see the top part of the logo there. Maybe if I... Hold on. Let me bring up the camera angle a tiny bit. Where's my controller? Oh, it's right here in front of me. Yeah, I don't want that to go inactive. So yeah, I'm going to bring up the camera angle just a tiny bit more. Trying not to leak anything too important. So yeah, let's see. How is this camera angle? Is that a bit better? No, it's like about the same. Okay, up a bit more. I can't tell if it's actually going up or if it keeps resetting back to neutral. Because it just needs like a little bit more upward. But if it goes too far up, then it's off my desk. And I don't really want to go under my desk with the camera angle. Okay, yeah, this is manageable. Okay, so let's flip them over. So first, we got a 1,000 Sunny. So how many of these are included? There's 2. So C rarity, 2 pieces. It is a stage type card. So, Thousand Sunny, you may rest this stage up to one straw at crew type leader or character card on your field gains plus 1000 power during this turn. So yeah, I'm reading it upside down. Sorry about that. Here's the top of the card a bit more. And I can push it down some, get it more centered. I'm going to see if I can't bring this up some too. Okay, that's actually a bit more upward. Yeah, I have it like perfectly centered there. In that one shot. So let's see how much of that is. Okay, yeah, that's good. Scuffed camera, but not bad. And then there's the other Thousand Sunny. And let's see, we're starting from the bottom, I guess. So got some Diable Jambe. How many of these? 2 of these. I'm going to read the other one. I'm going to read it upright. So, main, select up to one of your Straw Hat crew type leader or character cards. Your opponent cannot activate a blocker if that leader or character attacks during this turn. Trigger, KO up to one of your opponent's blocker characters with a cost of 3 or less. So, yeah, just a way to attack through a blocker. There's 2 of them. I'm setting them off to the side, but you can't even really see them. There, I'm going to try to make it where you can. See, I guess I can move that there. It's a bit more off-center. Hold on, I could probably do like that. This camera is like really small, so yeah, it's already a bit better, it looks like. Okay, but the glare is pretty terrible. Next up, we got Gum Gum Jet Pistol. There is 2 of these. See, I'll leave that there, and then I'll read it from over here. So, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a power of 6,000 or less. Trigger, activate this card's main effect. And that was the main effect I read there. And next up, we got 2 guard points. There. Whoa. That back. So, guard point up to one of your leader or character cards gains plus 3,000 power during this battle. Trigger up to one of your leader or character cards gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. Didn't mean at the microphone. Okay, so next up we got Brooke. So this is our first character card. Here. There's 2 of them. Okay, it's kind of out of order. That's fine. So, Brooke, set them there and read it on the next one. So, give up to 2 Rested Dawn cards to your leader or one of your other characters. It is a 2/3,000, and it's got a counter power of 2,000. So, pretty good counter. Next up, we got Frankie. Just a 4/6, pretty good. With a 1,000 counter power. So, yeah, how many Frankies is there? There's 4. Okay. This second pile is not going too good. Yeah, that one's a Frankie, and that one's a Frankie. Technically, it's out of order now, but here, I'm gonna make it where this pile's a bit neater. These cards are not wanting to sit still with a fan on. Okay, next up, we got Vivi, is a 2/4, a 1,000 counter power. I don't really see this card in red decks too much. It's got the Alabasta type, so it could be used in something in the future. Like, I think there's a Vivi coming out, but I don't know if it's red or not. So, how many Vivis are in here? There's 4 Vivis. So yeah, I'm pretty used to playing the Straw Hat deck. This was the deck that was in the mobile sim, so used to playing it. I'm still not used to Kaido, even though that was the other one that's in the mobile sim. Okay, so next up we got Robin. Eco Robin with a 3 5,000 with 1,000 counter power. This one does see use because 3 5,000 is pretty good, and then it's also got decent counter power. So I think that's a better stat line than Vivi. How many Robin? 4. Okay, so yeah, 4 Robin. Next up we got Nami. Which I'll have to read that one. There should be 4 of these Nami. This one is a pretty good red card. But yeah, I'll set that right there. So active main. Once per turn, give up to 1 rested Dawn card to your leader or one of your other characters. And it's a 1/1 with 1,000 counter power. So not too good of an attacker, but really good for setting up and making your cards deal a lot of damage or setting up some rush abilities with Zoro. Okay, so next up we got Chopper. So yeah, there should be 4 Choppers. So yeah. So it's the 1/1 blocker. So blocker, after your opponent declares an attack, you may rest this card to make it the new target of the attack. So it's also got the animal type, which is interesting. That could be used for something in the future. I guess Karu. I believe there's a Karu in this deck that would also have the animal type. So next up we got 3/5 red Jembe. So Dawn times 1 when attacking. Up to one of your leader or character cards other than this card gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. Pretty solid card. I don't think this one sees too much use outside of the starter deck, but it's not bad. So, Red Rush Sanji. This one is pretty good. It's 2/4 with Dawn times 2 will give the character Rush. So you can play out this card, and then if you have 2 extra Dawn, and it will be a 2/6, but it will get the ability to attack the turn that it's played as well. So pretty good. And next up we got Karu, 1/3. This one like never sees use outside of the starter deck, I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen it in anything else. There's 4. It's kind of hard to get textless cards to do anything without the Sanji leader, I'm pretty sure, has a thing for it. So next up we got Usopp's. So it's 2/2 with trigger. Or no, yeah, it has a trigger and a blocker related thing. So it's got 1,000 counter power. Dawn times 2 when attacking your opponent cannot activate a blocker character that has 5,000 or more power during this battle. So not too bad. There should be 4 Usopp. Ooh, we got a Zoro 3/5 with a Dawn times 1. It's like reverse hollow, I think it's called in Pokemon. It's kind of shiny. Is there anything to note about this Zoro? Just SR? Secret rare? Guessing. Kind of saw the next few cards, but I have an idea of what they are. So yeah, they glow. And then this is Dawn times 1. This character gains plus 1,000 power. So they'll be at 7,000 for 1 Dawn. Then we got the other secret rare that is shiny, the 5/6 Luffy. So it has Rush, and then if you use 2 Dawns on it when attacking, your opponent cannot activate a blocker. So get in a hit. And then we've got this red leader. It is rarity L. So it's Luffy. I'll go ahead and read its ability while I'm holding it. So active main, once per turn, give this leader or character one, or give this leader or one of your characters up to 1 rested Dawn this turn. and then got the Dawn cards here. So on your turn, you gain plus 1k, and yeah, there's going to be 10 Dawns. Yeah, these are all just Dawn cards. So yeah, pretty good. It's an okay deck. It still sees some use being a starter deck, being a starting red deck as well. The Luffy ability as a leader isn't that bad. It's not as good as the Zoro ability, of course, but not too bad for learning how to play the game. What the heck is open on my screen? Okay. Let's see. Can I do this without being able to see? Because I don't really want to stick my finger on the camera again. Guess I can click down here. Okay, I should have disabled it. And we can go ahead and remove webcam. Sweet. So yeah, pretty fun opening there. Let me put these somewhere where they won't get dusty or anything for a few minutes. I don't really have any card sleeves or anything. Definitely fun to actually have access to these now, instead of just on the sim or the mobile app. See, I'm just going to put them back in the box for the time being. Yeah, maybe now we can do the... Oh, I actually did tear the box. Oops. Maybe now we can actually go to a call of the stream. I'm gonna fold this up to... Okay, so there's that out of the way. Definitely interested to get some blue decks for Doflamingo. I might just buy that one online at some point, because it's probably cheaper to buy it just on apps or websites that sell the deck already made rather than buying individual packs. But it's always fun to open packs. Of course, I knew what I was getting with that pack, so kind of takes some of the fun out of it, but buying individual packs over starter whenever you don't even have a deck is not the best way to build, I'd imagine. Plus, if I'm gonna buy packs, I'm probably gonna buy them in a box rather than just individual $8 packs, I think they were. So yeah, there's not really a starter deck with the Doflamingo leader, but there is one with the Crocodile leader, and that also has cards that I use in my Doflamingo deck, so I can always do that too. Has a few starter cards. Like Perona, I believe, is in that. Of course, you can get Alt Art Perona from outside of it. Okay, Hudson Construction again. Yeah, I'd definitely be down to do more pack openings like that on stream as I get them. Probably gonna be a while before I get another one, though. Okay, it needs a little bit more weight. Turn sideways because it's so spread out on the inside. Yeah, just needed a little bit more weight. Yeah, I'm not sure how much longer I'll actually be streaming. I'll probably stop whenever I get up here because I'm kind of feeling a bit under the weather still. Because I had a headache at the beginning of the stream and it hasn't really let up too much. Of course, me playing this probably hasn't helped it, but kind of feeling a bit worse now. So, just need to climb up these hills. And the card shields do not last long enough. Yeah, I think we'll end next to this Addison, and then I'll do it in the next stream. So, yeah, that'll be it for now. And I should be streaming later tonight if I feel better, but gonna be ending for now, guys. I'll see everyone in the next one.